What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Miss Cotton. This is Word on Wheels, Hot Flash edition. Ooh, boy, as young as I look, I still got some 42-year-old problems. I don't know what the purpose of hot flashes and cramping and all that stuff is for, but I think we done paid for what Eve done did already. Now, why we got to still keep carrying out Eve's sentence? This don't make no sense. I got the air on full blast and I'm sweating like I snatched $50 out the collection plate at Potter's house. You know they security don't play. Well, anyway, y'all, as usual, it's my Word on Wheels. I like to share my thoughts as I'm driving to work, and it's usually inspired by whatever God decides to download into my spirit. Oh, I don't know how this video about to come out, because it looked like it turned and flipped about 12 different ways. That's why I stopped talking. I was watching myself go sideways. That's because the enemy don't like for the word to go forth. You know, he always get mad at me when I get in my car to share the gospel. That's why I'm sweating and going on. It was supposed to discourage me to go on camera, but I ain't vain like that. Y'all done seen sweat before. The air conditioner cooling off. We good. And it's still spinning around. Can't wait to see this when this come out, because this is hilarious. Well, I wanted to talk about exposure. I wanted to talk about exposure and conditional forgiveness. The one thing about being exposed for a secret sin that you are hiding or something that you're doing, most of the time you won't get exposed by those the closest to you. And I say most of the time, this don't have to apply for everybody. But most of the time, the people closest to you are not going to expose you because they got their own thing that they got going. And they like, if you don't slap the blunt out of my hand, I ain't gonna slap the porn out of yours, you know, that type of thing. And they create a false sense of harmony where they're both comfortable in their lives. They enable each other. And it's never easy to expose anyone that you're close to because you don't like to see your loved ones hurt. But you know, I just watched a very good movie, and it was called Mississippi Hurt, I believe. And it's about a whole family that was built on lies and covering up lies, and to see the lives being damaged over the years as the movie progressed off of one lie, off of one person who refused to report what they saw. You know, it could be an old uncle or something. Everybody know that old uncle been touching all the girls in the family, but nobody wants to report Unc, because he everybody's favorite uncle, and nobody wants to rock the boat, so no one says anything. Well, that creates generations and generations of broken people. The people who it happened to and the people who have to keep those secrets. I'm not saying go out on an all-out exposing spree, but if it's something that's detrimental to somebody's health, mental health, physical, or whatever, tell it. Stop being so stiff, because I guarantee you, I would have turned out a whole lot different if some people would have stood up for me and said, hey, no, this is not right. This don't need to be going on. You know, people that was watching it go on and they just hoped it went away. Well, you can't just hope something go away. It'll be sitting there right in your face. And I apologize if this video keep changing. I don't even know what it's going to look like when I push send, or if I'm still going to push send, because, you know, I'm telling you, the enemy is like really attacking my phone right now. My screen is just flip-flopping from side to side by itself while I'm talking. It's a little irritating, but I got to get that message out. If you see something, tell it. The enemy wants to shut you up. The enemy wants to implant them ideas into your head. If you tell it on them, that's going to rock the boat. The whole family ain't going to like you. You ain't going to be able to go to Thanksgiving, Christmas, none of them. Man, forget that. If it's a family member in your family that's abusing people or doing something that you know ain't right and ain't nobody said, and you be the one to say something. The cycle has to stop somewhere. Somebody has to take a stand. And that goes for everything. Any type of behavior that you know is not right. Say something. Even if you just say something to them. I know you're doing this. Say something. Because you could really save someone's life. Because there are people out here who are harming themselves and killing themselves off of a secret that they had to sweep under the rug so many years ago, and it just got to the point where they couldn't even deal with their own selves anymore, feeling like throwaway trash for whatever that secret is. Black community, we got to stop doing that. And the other thing I want to talk about was conditional forgiveness. And this might be a hard one to share, but I tell you one thing, if you truly forgive somebody in your heart for doing you wrong, then let that be. Don't bring that up. Don't bring it up to them. You better be glad I forgave you for such and such offense. If you forgave them, forgive it and let it go. Don't keep reminding them about it. Throw it in the sea of forgetfulness the way the Lord does. Because us Christians, we got it bad with this conditional forgiveness. You'll forgive this sin, but oh no, I can't forgive that because the way he did that, he killed all them people. Oh no, I ain't forgiving that. If you're going to forgive people, forgive them. You can't pick and choose how and who you going to forgive if you're doing it in the ways of Christ. And that's a hard thing to do. I know it is. But we like to pick and choose what's forgivable and what's not. That's not our job. God doesn't need any more judges. He needs some good lawyers to represent him. And right now, you're the only evidence that he has. You're the only evidence that he has. And for you to claim to be a Christian and still hold hate in your heart for any individual for whatever offense, I don't care what they did to you, that's not the way of Christ. And I know some of y'all don't want to hear that because we like to cherry pick what parts of the Bible we going to obey and all that stuff right there. But if you're going to do it all the way. I done had to forgive some people who wasn't even sorry. Hardest thing I ever had to do. But there's freedom and liberty in that. So I just thank God for giving me. I can't even explain what happened. I can't even explain what happened to me. But when I truly let God into my life and started really talking to him and started listening to him, my heart softened. Now, I won't hang out with none of them people I forgave. Don't get it twisted. Now, I'm not finna forgive them and invite them in my home. I forgive them from over there. But the point is, my heart softened to where I don't even think about what those people done to me. I'm not thinking about getting revenge. You know, we big on getting our get back. We got to get them back first, and then we'll forgive them. Sometimes you got to forgive people without getting your revenge back. That's the Christian way to do it, if we going to do it the Christian way. Or if y'all, creating y'all own little, I don't know. But from what I read, a lot of people debate, it's the white man book and all this. So let me tell you something about Christianity. Christianity saved my life. Shaka Zulu and them didn't. I don't know who they was praying to. But Christianity saved my life. Calling on the name of Jesus healed me from an incurable disease. So you can say whatever you want to about who brought the religion and who. All I know is it worked for me. And I'm not finna pull and drag nobody into it. I want them to step right into it just like I did, like a refreshing, warm stream of water that's welcome. Nobody should ever be forced into Christianity. If you ain't about that life, then don't profess to be about that life. Because it's going to show. It's going to show in the way you forgive. Why don't you try it? Just pick one person or thing that you said you would never forgive. Forgive it. Release it. Let it go and watch what happens. This has been your Word on Wheels. I'm your girl, Miss Cotton. I love y'all. I don't know what the video gonna look like when I get through, but I'm playing it anyway. Peace.